I had to come on to do this video because I mean something very concerning happened over the weekend. So we had the FCT minister in Rivers State. It was at a church over the weekend for a Thanksgiving service that had the Rivers lawmaker, Martin Ameule. And it wasn't about the service. It was what was said in the church. So I'll play what the minister said. And before I say anything, let's listen to what the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, former governor of Rivers State, said. Okay, just a minute. All right.
In 2007, when he left power, he couldn't hear power because Amechi was in the
So he was talking about former governor Dr. Peter Odili.
He was governor. When I came in as governor in 2015, I won't use the word he resurrected, but I brought him back to life. I have to personally call Jonas Vega to build a mansion.
Okay, so that's part of that's some of the things that was said by the FCT minister. I can't play the whole thing. My reason for responding to this are on two grounds. The first ground is Rivers State is a very sensitive state politically. And so when you talk about things like this, people usually, have sentiments in how they respond. But I think it's part of why the state is where it is, when we should have gone way ahead of where we are now. So my very first concern with this was the fact that when he said what he said, the church and people in the church were laughing, including the priests, because the video had the priests that were sitting behind, you would see them, were laughing. And I said to myself, is this church or what? Like, how has it become so bad in the church, in the body of Christ, that you would have this kind of comments happen in church, and a priest, they cannot say anything. They cannot come and say, take the mic or interrupt, and this is not what this is for. If you have political scores or you have political differences, go to when you are in political arena. You can say those things. This is for a Thanksgiving service. Thanksgiving. Emphasis on Thanksgiving. Oh. But then this was how it turned out. It turned out to be something that became an avenue for political whatever. The painful part of it was the fact that you have people in the church laughing. It felt great to them. And I'm sure some people almost forgot they came for service. And you would be, I'm not God, but if I was God, I don't think you would accept this Thanksgiving. Honestly, because how is this thanking God for what you should be thanking God for? I think the church needs to begin to sit up. Now, I must say, when I say the church, I don't mean all the churches, because there are some churches that are very disciplined in how they do what they do. I'm referring particularly to some of the Anglican churches and some of the Catholic churches. I think this is where this particular kind of things happen, where you have, they're much more popular, where you have politicians attend and then they make utterances and say things that, for a place of worship where people are supposed to come to learn, to become better human beings, to church is like a hospital. You come there to take medication, to get better. But then you have this kind of situations like what we just heard, and people laughing, priests laughing. You are sitting on the altar. They are laughing at, you should be cautioning the leaders that came there and whatever it is that they are doing. Even before the service, you should have sent a message. But how? It becomes difficult because you have received Greek gift. Maybe, I don't know. It's possible you have received Greek gifts or donations. So now you cannot say squat. You can't discipline, you can't correct. That's it. Tomorrow, they will not say something about you and you go carry face. I just came to say, that's all I came to say. Oh, nothing. Oh. He who has sense, let him have sense. If you like, go to comment section and say all you want to say. I've said my own. It's annoying. I think they really need to address it. Especially some of the Anglican churches and Catholic churches in this state. I don't know of other states. I know of River State. They need to start addressing this thing. It's becoming too much. Not just the FCT minister. We've even had the governor use the zone to say a few things. We've had different politicians at different times. And it is not, you don't see these things happen in the mosque, do you? I don't know, I've not been to the mosque. I don't know if they do it there. But at least I've not seen it online, on social media, anywhere. You don't see this happen in the shrine. You go to the shrine and then you go and do this thing there. Ha. Okay now. Say what you like in the comment section, but I've said my own. That's all I came to say. I just came to... And then the second part, yes, before I go, the second part. Responding to the comments of the governor, the FCT minister, to former Governor Peter Odili. I think because of sentiment, people would not be honest. I will say it as it is. If you like, feel bad. If you like, don't. If I buy you a gift or I do something for you, it is because of something. I think the question should be, did the former governor come to beg the FCT minister to say, build a house for me? I'm pretty sure the FCT minister felt, out of respect for his political godfather or a big figure in the state, say, this person deserves this kind of house. Let me build it for him. That's what it is. If that is what happened and that is what it is, then it would not make any sense to then use that against the person. But if the former governor, Dr. Peter Odili, was the one that came to plead or beg for a house, and then you built, okay, then we have a case. So whoever is listening to this, I don't care who you support or who you like,